Alrighty. Got your mat? Got your coffee? Got some music? Let's do it. Let's find that comfortable seated position. Whatever that's looking like for you this morning. Get out the wiggles, settle in. And when you're ready, just close your eyes and focus in on those deep breaths. In and out through your nose. Checking in. Let's give those deep breaths just a little more room. On your next inhale, reach your arms up, lifting your ribs away from your hips. Get tall. Stay tall. Exhale, hands back in your lap. And inhale up. Exhale back down. And open your eyes. Let's take those deep breaths and move them around. Deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Just come as far forward as you feel comfortable. You can release the muscles in your neck if that feels good, just letting your head hang. Focus on breathing across your back. And inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale and twist. Just a gentle twist. Focus on breathing right into the center of your body. Reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, twisting the other way. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall, and exhale, up, out, and over to one side. Ooh, yeah. Top shoulder rolls back, top arm reaches over. Woo, take those deep breaths right into your rib cage, letting it expand up towards the ceiling. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Roll that shoulder down towards the floor. Feel that stretch move into your back and let your breath follow it. And inhale up. Exhale, other side. Top shoulder rolls back, top arm reaches over. Breathing right into your rib cage. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Roll that shoulder down. Oh yeah, feel that stretch move into your back and let those deep breaths follow. Breathe into those tight spots and then let them go as you exhale. Inhale up. Reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale and reach forward, round back. Inhale, open. Breathing right into your chest. Exhale, round. Little chin tuck there. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale. Hands back in your lap. Ooh, close your eyes. And let's take a couple of nice deep breaths this time, letting everything expand at the same time. All right. Open your eyes. Let's come up to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And when you're putting those hands down, fingertips first, then that first big set of knuckles, then your palms. That's going to feel like a little extra wrist stretch. So if that's too intense, let your hands be a little farther forward from your shoulders. Alrighty, we are starting with our extreme exhale. And I gotta tell you, I finally got under a barbell a couple days ago, and everything I did felt way easier than I expected it to after like a month of not being under a barbell. And I'll tell you something, I think it's the extreme exhale and all the other yoga. This is amazing for your core strength. So here we go. If you already know what you're doing, just get started. We're gonna do a bunch of these. If you're not sure, don't worry, I'll talk you through it. So it starts out with that big forceful exhale. Feel those muscles fire up, and then resist the temptation to breathe in. Just keep pushing every last little drop of air out until you can't push anymore. And then you just relax, and you'll take a huge breath in. So let's do a bunch of those. Keep it going, but as you're breathing, check in with your shoulders. Make sure you're not falling down into those arms. Keep pushing the floor away, a little protraction between your shoulders. And then check in with your spine. As you do that exhale, as you're pushing all that air out, instead of letting everything contract in the center, think of lengthening. Lengthening through your spine. Crown of your head away from your tailbone. Keep going. Everyone do one more. And then when you're done, let's sit back. Let's get a little wrist break. So remember that your transverse abdominis is like your weightlifting belt. So it's squeezing in this way around your spine. So while it's squeezing in, you can still be thinking of length, being nice and long. Even though it sometimes seems like those two are working against one another. Oh, not even. Squeezing in from here and lengthening the rest of the way. All right, back to all fours. Let's get into those shoulders now. Using those nice strong muscles to keep your spine neutral, keep your hips neutral, we're gonna isolate. Starting with protract and retract. So push the floor away, separate your shoulder blades, retract, squeeze them together. Protract and retract. When you go into protract, resist the temptation to also flex your spine. And when you go into retract, resist the temptation to also flex your hips. So everything stays nice and neutral. Just those shoulder blades sliding apart, sliding together. And then come back to center. And elevate and depress. Elevate's easy. Depress is a little more challenging. So when you start to feel those muscles pulling those shoulder blades back and down, give them a little extra flex. You're right in here. Just sliding those shoulder blades up and down your rib cage. And then come back to center. And let's combine them. Add on the spine and hips. Let's do cat and cow. Nice deep breath in. Retract and depress your shoulders. Tilt your hips. Scoop your chest. Look up. Exhale. Protract. Elevate. Tuck and round. Inhale. Retract. Depress. Tilt. Look up. Exhale, protract, elevate, tuck, and round. Keep that going at your own pace. Follow your own breathing. Couple more deep breaths in. And when you're ready, exhale into neutral spine. And let's sit back and get a quick wrist break. Interlace your fingers, just circle those wrists around. All right. And we're going to do our little twist. So plant your right hand right underneath the center of your chest. Reach that left arm under. Tap your shoulder blade. Push the floor away with that right arm. Reach out and reach up. Reach under and reach up. Reach under. Reach up. Reach under. Reach up. Reach under and up. Reach under. Reach up. Couple more. Reach under. Reach up. Reach under. And reach up. And then bring that left hand down to where your right hand is. Right hand reaches under and up. Reach under and up. Reach under and up. Under and up. Reach under and up. Let's do it 3 more times. And then bring that hand down. Ooh. All right, I'm warm. All right, let's also wake up those hips a little bit with our hip circles. So shift your weight over to your left knee, pick up your right knee, bring that 90-degree angle, and then just start drawing some circles. And you only want to go as big as you can with those circles without that hip starting to move around through your back. So keep your back still. All this motion is just coming from the hip joint. And then circle the other way. And bring that knee back down. Pick up your left knee, 90-degree angle, draw some circles. Keeping that movement coming just from the hip joint. Don't let your back join in. circle the other way. And bring that knee back down. Open your knees out to the edges of your mat. Sit back wide, knee child pose. Reach your arms forward, press your chest down. Take some deep breaths. All right, let's come back up. And we're gonna get into our down dog. So clamp your hands, render your shoulders, turn your toes under, take a nice deep breath in, exhale and push and pull back into down dog, hips pull up and back, chest presses back towards your knees. Your shoulders are retracted and elevated. So find that spot for your shoulders, getting everything nice and long. And then let's start walking this dog, pressing one heel down, pulling the other knee in, keeping your hips square for the moment. So we're putting this stretch into calves and hamstrings. And let your hips move up and down, side to side, moving that stretch around a little bit, getting those joints moving a little bit more. And if there's a spot that is particularly chatty, hang out in it for a second. Take a few breaths right in that tight spot. Alright, bend both knees evenly. Scoop your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then start to press your knees back and your heels down, only going as far as you can without losing that feeling of a scoop. Get that scoop. And walk your feet up to your hands. Going all the way up, nice deep breath in. Woo! Mountain pose. All right. Feel the floor with your feet. They can be together or hip distance or anywhere in between. Start balancing your weight evenly, front to back and side to side. Finding that spot. And once you got it, take some nice deep breaths. Breathing in, up the front of your body. Breathing out, down the back of your body. As you inhale, you lift up on quads, belly button in and up. Sternum lifts up, crown of your head lifts up. As you exhale, you're breathing out, down the back of your body. Shoulders back and down. Tailbone points down towards the floor. Let's take a deep breath in, reach up. Get tall. Stay tall. Exhale. Right back into mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Adding on, inhale up. Exhale, hinge your hips, swan dive down, bend your knees, and find your forward fold. Going for stomach to thighs, chest to knees, tucking your cheeks in towards your shins, reaching the crown of your head down towards the tops of your feet, or supporting yourself up on your thighs so that you can tuck and round through your back with a little support, or anywhere in between. So find your forward fold. And then take a deep breath in, half lift, reaching the crown of your head away, tailbone reaching back, long spine. Exhale, right back down into your forward fold. Bend your knees, get that long spine. Inhale, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. Exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain. Let's add on the vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands down right under your shoulders. Step back and find your plank. Slight protraction between your shoulder blades, little space, and then tuck ribs and hips towards one another. Like you're trying to flatten out that little curve in your lower back. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Elbows straight back, shoulder blades stay in place. Inhale, scoop forward and up into up dog. Shoulders are back and down. Turn your toes under, push and pull, back into down dog. Inhale, plank. You can also do this on your knees. Exhale, chaturanga on your knees. Inhale, scoop it up. Instead of up dog, you can also do baby cobra. Rib cage on the floor. And then exhale. Instead of down dog, you can also do child pose. All of that easier on wrists, elbows, shoulders, and lower back. So if anything's talking to you, take one of those modifications. Take a nice deep breath in, back into plank. On your knees or on your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or toes. Inhale, scoop it up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pull it back, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, step back plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, scoop, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pull it back, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, Forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. We're going to add on a couple stretches. Do a little hip stretch. Do some calf stretching. Take a nice deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Nice deep breath in. Bring your hands down, step back plank. Go through your vinyasa. Alrighty, from our down dog, we're going to step that right foot all the way up between our hands. What? No, really, all the way up. Give it whatever help it needs. And you want your right knee directly over your right ankle. Leave your left knee wherever you like. We're actually going to come up for this one. So we're going to be in a low lunge, but supported. So come on up. Hands are on your right thigh, and then double check that you got your knee over your ankle, and you can still move that left knee back or forward. If you want to decrease the intensity, move it forward just a little bit. And then check in. Sternum is nice and tall, and your shoulders are still over your hips. What we're going to do is squeeze those glutes, tuck that tailbone under, and you'll feel that increase the stretch for your left hip. Just a tiny little subtle movement that turns on that stretch big time. And let's take that left arm and reach it up, just like we do for reverse warrior. Just gonna reach up, but not just from your shoulder. Reach up through your rib cage, through your shoulder blade, all the way up through your arm. Really getting a nice big stretch. Keep squeezing through your glutes. Keep tucking that tailbone under. Just lengthening that stretch. Keep breathing. And then bring it down. Hands to the floor. Let's inhale that right leg back into plank and go through the vinyasa. And inhale that left foot forward all the way up between your hands, giving it whatever help it needs. Right knee comes down, knee over ankle on that left side. And I put the top of my back foot on the floor, but if you feel more balanced with your toes turned under, you can do that too. Just whatever's working for you. Knee over ankle on the left. Give yourself a little support. Square hips, tall sternum, shoulders back and down, staying right over your hips, and then squeeze your glutes, tuck that tailbone under, and feel that length, that little extra stretch through that right hip. You can stay right here, or if you like, you can add that reach. And remember, it's coming from your whole right side. Bring that arm down. Inhale that left foot back to your plank. And go through your vinyasa. This time, inhale your right foot halfway up between your foot and your hands, and we're going to crouch down. Just let that left leg be wherever it needs to be out of the way. Take your whole upper body and bring it over that right leg, crouching over that right leg. Shifting forward into the ball of your right foot until you feel that stretch going up the back of your ankle and up into your calf. You're going to feel that heel start to pop up off the floor, and then just sit back down into it. nice deep stretch, getting up into that soleus, which is a tough muscle to stretch sometimes. We get the gastroc, that's the big meaty part of your calf muscle. The soleus is deeper, it's smaller, but if it gets tight, it can cause problems with your ankles and problems with the bottom of your feet, plantar fasciitis, that kind of thing. So we really want to make sure to stretch it out. Once you're in that stretch, you can also move just a tiny bit side to side, as if you're pointing your knee over your big toe, and then you're pointing your knee over your little toe. So it's a very small movement, and you'll feel that stretch move across the back of your ankle. Alrighty, and bring your hands down to the floor. Inhale, back into plank. And let's go through the vinyasa. All right, left foot halfway. Right leg just out of the way. Whole upper body over that left leg. Lean into it. Coming up onto the ball of your foot, and let yourself shift forward far enough so that your heel actually does come up off the floor, just so you can see where that edge is, and then just sink your weight back down, keeping as much of that stretch as you possibly can. Sinking down, feeling that stretch across the back of your ankle, going up into your calf, and then start to move side to side, just if you want to. Little tiny side to side. Just moving that stretch around. So important to stretch here. If you do a lot of walking, running, cycling, life, it's important to stretch out this muscle because it can get tight. Ooh. All right, let's bring those hands down, and it is vinyasa time. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up, reverse swan dive, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. All right. So one of the reasons we were doing all the calf stretching and hip stretching was to get ourselves ready for a low squat. So, feet are going to be a little bit wider than your hips. Toes can point out, and then we're going to just sit back. Sit back into that low squat. Couple of things to watch out for. You want to see if you can get your heels back on the floor. But if that is just not happening for you today, no worries. You can roll up your mat, create a little platform for yourself, and put your heels on that. And just that added little lift can really help, especially if your ankles are still tight. And then check in with those feet. And you want to make sure that your weight is balanced across the outside edge. So the ball of your foot, the outside edge of your foot, and your heel. Because a lot of times what'll happen is we'll kind of sink into the arches, and those knees will kind of want to come in. So push those knees out so that your weight is on the outside of your foot. And then see if you can get that nice long spine. Lift through your sternum, Shoulders are back and down. And if you want to, you can put your elbows between your knees and push those knees out a little farther to get an extra stretch for those adductors. Ooh. There it is. Low squat. This is one of the best things that you can do for your hips, for your lower back, your knees, your ankles. And the worse it feels to be in this position, the more you need to be in this position. Yoga. It's always teaching us something. All right, let's have a seat. Just shake it out, take a little break from that. We're going to get into just the opening from our forest flow. So, starting in the low squat, I'm gonna turn around. Starting in the forest flow, starting in that low squat, and then twisting to the right, dropping your knee down, and dropping the other knee to the inside of your foot. And then let your arms help you out, let your weight help you out, let your core help you out. You're gonna shift your weight back up into that low squat. And then we're gonna twist over to the other side. Right knee drops down to the inside of your left foot. Left knee drops out to the outside. And then let everything help out. Get yourself forward and up into that low squat. And then drop it over to the other side. And we're just going side to side. I'm going to show you what this looks like from a couple different angles. You visual learners, you just keep going. Knee drops to the inside of your foot, and what you're looking for, if you notice, my feet don't move. They stay in exactly the same spot. They just tip side to side. So that's what you're looking for, is a spot for your feet where you can just tip them side to side. Now, if this is really killing your knees to be doing this, then your option is windshield wipers. Keep your butt on the floor. And you're just gonna drop your knees side to side. You are still getting a nice flexion through your hips, flexion through your knees, a little less through your ankles. That's okay. And you're still moving through it. So this is a great option if going through that low squat is just not happening for you today. Totally all right. Go with your body. So we're just moving around in this little funny half circle. And then remember which side you started on. Even yourself out and then come back into that low squat. Nice and tall. So I highly recommend just a little bit every day. Doesn't take long, 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Just sit down in the low squat, maybe do a little of that forest flow. Oh man, your lower back is gonna thank you. Promise. Let's have a seat, shake out those legs. All right, hips are happier. Let's get those shoulders even happier than they are right now. We're gonna do our crab pose. Feet flat on the floor, knees up, bring your hands back behind you, shoulders retract and depress. You're lifting your sternum up towards your chin, nice and tall. So we're pushing the floor away. You gotta find the spot for your hands where your shoulders aren't coming up. Your shoulders are back and down, chest is tall. And feel that nice squeeze right up between your shoulder blades. Feel all the strength in your upper back. And then release that, shake it out. And let's do it again. Feel that squeeze, and then if you want to, if that's feeling pretty good, and you want to try it out, press your feet into the floor. You're going to squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up. Most important part of this, though, is that you're keeping your chest up so that your chest doesn't fall between your arms. One day, a straight line from knee to shoulders. So what you want to avoid is this, is letting those shoulders go and let your chest drop down. Keep your shoulders retracted and depressed so that all stays nice and tall. It is a deep stretch across your chest and the front of your shoulders. A lot of strength going on in your upper back, and if you're lifting your hips up, you're getting a lot of strength through your glutes. Bring it back down. Let's give it a little shake. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to alternate between crab and hollow pose. So let's rock it back and find our hollow too. Back is flat on the floor, knees up above your hips, 90-degree angle in your knees. And curl yourself up a little bit, curling those shoulder blades up off the floor, squeezing your ribs and your hips together in the center of your body, and then tuck your head back, chin down. So you're looking at your sternum. This is strengthening the muscles at the front of your neck that are going to help keep you out of that head forward position, especially when you're seated. So think head back, chin is tucking into that little divot created by your collarbones. Crown of your head is reaching up towards the ceiling. Now if that's feeling pretty good, you can let go and reach your arms down by your sides. Shoulders back and down. Reach. And then rock and roll up. And let's find that crab pose. Shoulders back and down. Half crab or full crab. Listening to your lower back, listening to your shoulders, listening to your elbows, your wrists. So half or full, you are still getting stronger. If you are in full crab though, check out your knees, make sure they're not trying to open out. Keep them parallel, they're pointed forward. Drop it down and rock it back. Find your hollow position. Strong tuck. Think of tucking your head back first, then down. Crown of your head reaching up. Ribs and hips squeezing towards one another. Rock and roll up. And find that crab pose. Half or full, whichever one is working for you today. And then bring it down. Let's find that hollow. Knees over hips. Ribs and hips squeezing towards one another, pressing that lower back down towards the floor, curling those shoulder blades up off the floor. Tucking your chin into that divot created by your collarbones. And rock and roll up. And let's find that crab pose. Starting with half. If you're going into full crab, as you lift up, obviously keep your chest up nice and tall, but keep your head up so that when you get up to the top, you're in that same chin tuck. Tucking your chin tightly into that little divot created by your collarbones. Squeezing through your glutes, pressing the floor away. Shoulders back and down. And then release it down. Ooh. And we go back to hollow. Rock and roll it up. Let's do one more of each. Find your crab pose. Drop it down and find hollow. And release it all the way down. Ooh, all right. Let's bring those knees into the chest, just nice and light. We'll rock side to side. Oof, man, oh man. Cement is hard and my yoga mat is thin. Maybe it's making me tougher, I don't know. Let's get a spine twist. Drop your knees over to the left. Reach your right arm out along the floor and shimmy those shoulder blades around till they're right underneath it, nice and flat. Put your head right on top of your spine and then just swivel it to look out over your right arm. Taking deep breaths right into the center of your body. Feel your abdomen expand. Pull your knees back to center. Rock side to side. Drop them over to the right. Reach your left arm out. Shimmy those shoulder blades underneath you. Make them nice and flat. And then just swivel your head right on top of your spine. Looking out over your left arm. Deep breaths right into the center of your body. Get that massage. All right, bring those knees back to center. A little rock side to side. And then rock and roll up. Let's come into a seated position. Right where we started. And go ahead and close your eyes. Let's take some deep breaths and just check in and see where you're feeling a little different than you were when we very first started. Open your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach up. Palms touch. Exhale. Hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for joining me on this crazy little yoga journey. And if you have any comments, questions, requests for next time, let me know. Leave me a little something in the comments box. Share this video. I'm perfectly fine with you sharing it with everybody. And if you got some friends who are not on Facebook who you think might like some yoga, you can go to my YouTube page because I upload every single one of these videos to my YouTube page too. It's just Kathy Apple. You'll find me. You'll find the yoga videos under the Farm Lady Yoga playlist. I promise I'll explain that at some point. Anyway, thanks again so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.